Hello, I'm the Toycat and welcome back to the video. Today I want to talk about all of the brand new mobs which came in with the most recent update for Minecraft console, TE46, and how you can find them in both survival and creative. This is one of the updates of the most mobs for Minecraft console we've had in quite some time, but the thing is, most of the mobs are actually kind of tricky to find, both in survival, like you'd expect, but also in creative. None of them have their own spawn eggs beside the shulker, so I figured what I do in today's video is explain how to find the shulker, the stray, the husk, and the skeleton horse. Hopefully you all enjoy this, like it if you do, because it helps out the channel, and lets know you do like these sorts of videos. With that said, let's get straight into it, shall we? And let's start with the very first and most easy mob to find in Minecraft, because again, there's 4 of them this update, and the easy one is just the shulker, and even then it's not particularly easy to find in survival, although in creative, all you have to do is find your spawn egg. But in survival, all you have to do is you have to, go into your end, fight your dragon, kill your dragon, find one of these, end gateways, like I've got just over here, and then throw an end portal, an end pearl into the end gateway, and that'll take you to one of these places. These places will naturally spawn with a few shulkers, and that's how you find them in survival. So yeah, the shulkers don't have any particularly notable drops. You probably don't want to find them in survival unless you want their, levitation attack, because if you've never seen this, basically when they attack you, they make you levitate in the air with a pretty cool levitation effect. Let me show you because it's just that cool. So we're going to see, let's just eat and maybe get attacked by one of these things, and as you see, when that attacks us, we turn into levitation, or we get affected by levitation, which is actually pretty cool and can help you out in certain ways, but make sure you know how long it lasts, because as soon as it goes out, then you're going to fall and potentially die. So yeah, that's the first of the 4 mobs. The shulker, one you're probably most familiar with, but the other mobs are all kind of tricky to spawn in both survival and creative, because again, a lot of people, the moment the update came out, they're like, yeah, I'm excited about the stray, the husk, etc. However, so let's just pull out the world. However, you actually look around here, you'll see there's no, let's turn on keep inventory. If you look around here, you'll see there's no husk or stray spawn egg. So yeah, how do you spawn these other 2 and /3 mobs? So yeah, the husk and the stray are actually variants of the zombie and the skeleton. And I know that sounds kind of confusing as to why they're billed as a whole new mob when they're actually a variant, but basically they're so different to the existing mob, but still kind of similar. They figured that's the best way to do it. So unlike, so what they actually did is they added the spawn egg, then removed it at some point on the PC, which is why we just don't have them at all. If you want to spawn them, so you need to, if you want to spawn a husk, let's say, what you need to do is you need to take a zombie spawn egg and just go to a desert, because they will only spawn in deserts, and only then 80% of the time when a regular zombie would spawn. So yeah, what would usually be, let's call it, a zombie attack on your village at night, will turn into a husk attack, because as you can see right, okay, wait, bad luck, as you can see right here, 80% of the time you use a spawn egg, you're going to get a husk instead of a zombie in a desert. So yeah, what's the difference between a husk and a zombie for survival? Because, in survival, obviously, the way you do that is you just go to a desert and you find, when a zombie spawns, it's instead of one of these. What's the difference between the 2 zombies besides the fact that this guy has, slightly worse tasting clothing and looks like he's maybe been a bit dusty? So yeah, the big difference is that when this zombie attacks you, it does the exact same stuff, but it will also give you the hunger effect like you would get from eating raw flesh. Also, this is getting kind of bad for the villagers. So yeah, let's move on from this, the husk to the stray, because the stray is kind of like the husk. The zombie is the husk is a variant of the zombie. The stray is a variant of the skeleton. So yeah, this is actually a lot more terrifying, because they also buff the skeleton, which means the stray is a very scary mob in this update, because yeah, basically let's spawn in our skeleton and put him down right here. So what does the okay, again, 80% of the time in the snow biome you'll find a stray instead of a skeleton. In that case, we got unlucky both times. But yeah, if we spawn in a bunch of them, you'll see that we'll get mostly strays. So yeah, strays are these people right here, and as you can see, they're also different to the main skeleton, both visually, because they look very, very different. Oh, they're all going under there. They look very, very visually different, as you can probably tell, but they're also kind of different in terms of the fact that they, have a different attack, because, yeah, they've got the same behavior in terms of how scary they are and how much they run away from you. But if we spawn right here and let one attack, okay, this isn't a snow biome, but yeah, basically, these guys right here, if they do attack you, they'll give you the slowness effect. So yeah, if you want to find these in survival, go to a snow biome, which is more scary because they contain these strays. However, when a stray attacks you, it'll make you slower, and given how much harder skeletons are to attack now, that's a, an interesting little thing right there. So, one other little thing while we're here, just, a fun little fact about the new mob in this update. Skeletons, not only do they hold their bow properly now, but they also have a chance of holding it in the opposite hand, like they would if it was dual wielding. So, yeah, you can occasionally find a skeleton with one in the right hand instead of the left, which is kind of interesting. You find, that's left instead of right. It's my right, but they're left. Whatever. So you can find left-handed skeletons, and that's a cool fact about this update. So yeah, that's how you find the strays in this update, the 3rd brand new mob. But what about the last one, the skeleton horse? Because you might be familiar with all of that, but you might be like, okay, Toycat, I get it, but what about the skeleton horse? And the thing about the skeleton horse is it's so hard to find in both survival and creative. So I have fortunately found out that it is possible because a Twitter follower sent me a image of them on a skeleton horse. So you can definitely find these, but the way you get them is so inanely dull for both survival and creative. So in creative, it's a little bit easier because you can turn, set your day to night, and then also set your weather to thunder. So whenever, it thunders, you've got a, depending on your difficulty, so turn it up to hard if you want the best chance, you've got around a 4% chance per lightning strike of having a skeleton trap horse spawn instead of a, randomly, and it'll look like a regular horse until you go close to it. So yeah, basically, horses now spawn randomly during thunderstorms, and if you look around close enough, we might even get one. If we're really, really lucky here, I just doubt it. And basically, if you go to these skeleton trap horses, because they just look like regular horses, if you get within 10 blocks, they will spawn 3 skeleton horses with skeleton riders, and it's a real challenge to fight. Like, it makes thunderstorms actually pretty scary, and yeah, the reason this is so cool is because if you do kill them, and if you take their stuff, 1, you've got a chance of taking their helmets, which is always enchanted, but 2, then you get the skeleton horse, which you can tame if you want to. That's right, they weren't tameable previously when they were glitch mobs, but now you can tame the skeleton horse, and you can have a really, really cool, you can have a really cool, like, I guess, showcase for the thing you've actually done. So yeah, skeleton horses are possible in Subday. They're just really rare to find. Again, even in creative, you're not going to be able to find them. In survival, all you have to do is you just have to pray that one spawns at some point. And because of the fact that they don't despawn, I'd say the best way to do it in survival is wait till it thunders, go out, because again, you've got 15 minutes from when it thunders to when the horse will stop being a skeleton trap. So let it thunder, and then 10 minutes later, go out, look for all the thunder strikes. If you see a horse, go close to it. If it spawns some skeletons, you're in for a treat. But if not, then keep trying. Because I swear, I spent like an hour trying to get this done earlier, and I just got really unlucky, and it didn't happen. So yeah, skeleton traps, now a thing you can have in this update. It's kind of tricky to get, even in creative. Like, again, I spent an hour just trying to show this, but it's not really a thing. But it is something you can do, and I've seen that showcase. So yeah, there are the 4 brand new mobs in this update. There is the Shulker, really easy in creative, kind of tricky in survival. You got the Straight and the Husk, which is actually pretty easy for both, but you need a particular world. You can't do it on super flat because there's no biomes. And then you got the Skeleton Horse, which is just it's luck based more than anything else, and it looks like I'm quite unlucky. But I'd love to see your luck. Let me know if you have found a Skeleton Horse yet in the comments down below, because having a Skeleton Horse is just a cool, again, like relic of Minecraft that I look forward to doing in my survival Let's Play world, and I'd love to hear about your experiences with that in the comments down below. Anyway, I hope you did all enjoy this video. I know this was a somewhat basic thing, but again, it's the sort of thing where, like, if you don't have a spawn egg, how do you spawn in a mob? Hopefully this video answered that question. Like if you liked it, share if you really liked it, and subscribe if you're new around here. I've been making videos like this lots of times per day actually on my channel, and if you subscribe, you'll see them on your homepage. And also, I'll be making a live stream in a little bit, trying to kill as many end dragons as I can in one stream. So make sure you check that out. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. See you all next time. Goodbye.